Hello, my loves. Thank you for joining. Welcome. You've made it through January. Well done. We are going to start today lying down on our backs. So you can have the knees dropping together or out straight, whatever you're comfortable with. We're just going to lie and do a little bit of breath work for the first couple of minutes. So just find somewhere you're comfortable. Use any props, cushions, etc. that you need. All right. So like I said, just find any position lying down that's comfortable for you on your back. So I'm just going to let my knees fall in together. And then you can either bring your hands onto the body or let them come out the side. I like them on my body personally. I think it gets you in tune with yourself, but whatever you'd like to do. When you found a position that you're happy with and you feel settled in, then just close down the eyes for me. And just drop into this space, wherever you are. Start to pay attention to your breathing. The hands are on the body, noticing the air coming in and out. Today we're going to work with a very cyclical breath. So with any breath work, if it doesn't feel good for you, you don't have to do it. But if you like to give it a try, on your inhale, we're just going to track the progress of the breath into and out of the body. So as you breathe in, notice the air coming in through the nose, tracking down through, for me it feels like the back of my body, pressing the spine down into the mat, reaching the diaphragm. And then as you exhale, for me it tracks at the front of my body, so starting with the diaphragm, coming all the way up through the throat and out the mouth. Just take a few moments following the breath and see if you can track its progress in that circular motion into the body and then out. And see if you can try to reduce the pauses between the breath, linking it together in one continuous motion, almost like a wave, cresting and crashing through the body. When you've found that breath pattern and you're happy with it, keeping the eyes closed, I want you to imagine that it's a Sunday morning and you've woken up with nowhere to be, and you're just having a nice, lazy stretch. So, like I said, keep the eyes shut and just move in a way that feels nice. So, whatever that is, moving the arms, moving the legs, letting them go straight or bent, twisting, whatever it is, just have a little roll around on the floor. It's what little kids do a lot, and a lot of movement practitioners say that you should copy what children do because they do what's natural. So just have a nice roll, stretch out any little areas, the arms, the legs. Oh, And then if you haven't already, just take the legs over to one side. Look over the right shoulder, the legs on the left. And hold there for a moment, looking over the opposite shoulder. And bring the knees back through center, just really lazy, keeping that Sunday morning in bed energy. Take it the other side. Nice stretch the other way. And back through center. Bring your knees into your chest, and you can have them together or wide, whatever feels nice. And just take a hold of the shins or the knees. And have a little rock side to side across your sacrum, the lower back. And keep the eyes closed or open them. And once you've taken a few side to side, rocking on the tailbone, taking the knees in and out. So squeezing them into your chest as the tailbone lifts away from the ground. And then pushing the tailbone down. You might find the lower back has an arch that lifts off the ground. It's really gently massaging the lower back here. Once you've had a few, take hold behind the thighs. And we're just going to gently rock up and down the spine. Take it nice and easy. Not doing anything too vigorous, just warming up through the back of the body. And then when you next come forward, cross at the legs and come to seated. When you found a comfortable seat, so for me it's cross-legged, for you it could be something else. There's no rules here. When you're ready, just inhale, stretch the arms up overhead, but keeping that nice lazy energy. And just start to reach each hand slightly above and bring the other one down. And again, there's not really any rules to this. We're just trying to find length through one arm at a time. Oh, stretching up like you're picking apples from a tree. And then let both arms come to the top. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale for length. As you exhale, just a gentle bend over to the other side. Try to keep yourself sort of straight, so you're not arching forwards like this, like you're between sort of two things holding the torso upright. Come back through center. Take hold of the opposite wrist for me. Big breath in to find nice length, and then as you exhale, bending through the side body. Again, flat down the side like it's a 2D movement. Body's not coming forwards. And then come back through center. Make a little clasp with the hands. Just place it gently on the back of the head. We're just going to do some neck stretches. So if you have anything going on with your neck, just be careful, really listen to it. Don't put too much pressure on. It's just a really gentle, bringing awareness rather than putting any weight on it. We're just going to draw the chin to the chest, elbows come together. And feel that lengthening through the back of the neck, back of the head. Inhale, lift it up. You exhale, curl it through again, and you might find it's just the neck, or you might find your whole spine wants to get involved as you curl over. So it might just be an isolated movement, or you might find that you're getting a deep crunch. And one's not better than the other, it just depends on where in your back it feels nicer for you to stretch. Keep taking this movement forwards and back, up and down. Opening the chest and then curling it forward. And then come through center, release. Bring the right hand to the left hand side of the head. And just gently, again, not putting weight on it, we're just bringing awareness here. Gently lower your right ear to the shoulder. And then see if you can actively bring that left shoulder away from the ear. Sometimes it helps to have the hand sort of going towards the floor rather than resting on you. You're just finding length through the side of the neck. Going back through center, swapping the hands. So right hand dangles down the side, left hand finds the head. And again, it's the exhale that takes you over. And you might find that one side feels tighter than the other. That is very normal. For me, right-handed, my right shoulder's tighter, so this, I can't get as much movement. And that is absolutely fine. Not pushing anything, just a gentle undoing of some of the tension that builds up through the day. Come back through center. Maybe add a little wiggle if you need it. Any movement that you need. And then when you're ready, just come on over to all fours for me. Have a little rock backwards and forwards here. So just warm up the wrists a little bit. And we're going to do a downward dog. It's always nice to have nice warm wrists. And then bring the hands to face the opposite way. So your fingertips pointing towards your knees. And again, a really gentle rock here. So you will not get very far, I imagine, but just gentle opening through those wrists. And then come back to a regular all fours. Just going to find some free movement here. So like when we're rolling around on the floor, you can do whatever you want. So maybe that's a normal cat-cow. Just arching the back up and then curling the belly down. Or if you just want to move in a more fluid way, maybe backwards and forwards, maybe through the side body. Have a little bit of freedom here and a little bit of creativity. Or if you just want to stay in your all fours, rocking back and forth, that's absolutely fine. Just opening up through the spine, through the shoulders, any areas that need it, and we'll all need different things. A couple more moments here. Allowing yourself to just move wherever your body wants you to. And then tuck the toes, bring the hands forwards, knees can come wider, and come back to your child's pose. Really see if you can get the bum nice and close to the heels, and then once you've got that, the fingertips are reaching ahead, armpits are coming towards the ground. And you might be up here, that's fine. This is all just directions for things rather than the destination. When you're ready, arching up and over, tucking those toes at the back, push yourself up into a downward facing dog. As always, if a down dog is too much on any part of your body, you can do hands and knees for all of this, it's absolutely fine. But if you're with me, have a little pedal out in your downward facing dog. Backs of the legs can often get quite tight, so it's nice to open up. Maybe find a little bit of movement again in the side body, letting the heels come one way and then the other. Slight bend in the legs. And then when you're ready, come back to your downward facing dog, and we're going to tiptoe ourselves up to the top of the mat until you find a forward fold. And in your forward fold, you can take any arm variation you prefer, but I'm going to take a weeping willow, which is essentially the arms are nice and heavy, dangling forward, and they're just trailing the fingertips along the ground if you can reach, or just through the air. And moving the body side to side, trailing along like you're the leaves and the vines on a weeping willow. It's just a nice opening through the side body. Let the head and the arms be really heavy, and take a big bend in the knees if it feels better that way. Not even necessarily if you need it, just if it feels good. And and be kind to our bodies today. When you're ready, come through to stillness. Planting the hands on the ground or on the shins. Straighten out the legs. Come to a neutral spine, looking ahead, halfway lift. Exhale, sigh it down. We're going to take that weeping willow again, but slowly start to bring yourself upwards. So gently stacking each bit of the spine on top of one another as you come through. When you get to the top, keep the side-to-side motion with the arms, letting them just slap gently. You can get a bit of a bend in the knees here, get a bit more movement. Let the arms be nice and free and heavy. And then come to standing and give yourself a shake if you need it. It always feels nice to shake everything out. Arms, legs, wrists, whatever you need to do. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Exhale, folding down over the legs. Find your Uttanasana. Inhale, come to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And we're going to step the right foot back, lower the right knee, coming to a low lunge. And take a minute here to make sure you're sort of grounding down through the feet and through that back leg as well. If it feels good, you can inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring the right hand to the ground and open the left arm up towards the sky. Really gentle, easy twist here. On your next exhale, hands find the ground, tuck the back toe, step it forwards, find that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, rolling up nice and slow, arms come up last. Exhale, draw your hands through heart center in prayer. Take the other side now, so inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, melt down over those legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, left foot steps back this time, lowering the knee. Engaging through the feet, through the back leg. And inhale, arms sweep up overhead if you feel okay. If at any point stuff like this is a bit tough on your knees, if you've got a mat, sometimes it's nice to roll it over and fold it. It gives you a little bit more cushioning, a bit more support. Anyway, wherever you are, next exhale brings the left hand down to the ground and the right arm reaches up overhead. Look up to the sky. And if that right leg is coming out a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Let it go. Hands find the ground, tuck those toes, step it forwards. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt it down. And this time coming up, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's add on, shall we? Inhale, arms sweep up nice and high. Exhale, folding down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. But this time we're going to come straight back up. And we're going to step back, lifting that right foot, stepping it back with control. Find your warrior one leg. So I'll face this way. So left leg is forward and bent. Right leg is straight out behind you with the toes slightly turned in. And the body is facing forwards. Inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, turn the body to face the side. Find your warrior two. Draw the elbows into the waist and float them out like they weigh absolutely nothing. I'm going to reach it forward here and then reverse the warrior on the way back. So keeping the rib cage and the gaze up towards the ceiling here. Arm reaching up and overhead, real nice length through the side body. And then pivot it all the way over through your warrior two. Left hand finds the ground, right arm reaches up. Breathe there for a moment. And your next inhale, sweep up to your warrior two. Bring that left forearm to the left thigh and stretch it out. Find your extended side angle. Make a nice long line from the tip of that middle finger all the way to that back heel. And coming back to your warrior two. We're going to step that back foot in a little bit. You might want to heel toe. And then pivot on the foot. Find a high lunge. So feet are facing forwards on train tracks now. Inhale, lifting the arms. And as you exhale, right arm forward, left arm back, bending the knees. And then if you can, if it feels good, and if it doesn't, just stay in the twist. If it feels good, the left arm can dangle behind you, the right arm lifts, finding your reverse revolved warrior. Going back to the twist if you were there. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, let those hands find the ground. Step it back, downward facing dog. Give the legs a little pedal if you need to. They're probably feeling a little bit fruity after that. And we're going to inhale as you ripple forward super slowly to your high plank position. Let's lower down the knees. And then keeping the hips lifted, lowering chest and chin to the ground. Then allowing the hips to meet. And you'll find yourself nice on the floor, hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to press into those hands, find a baby cobra. So the elbows are bent, pushing back towards the body. Glutes are switched on. Switched on? Switched on. Looking slightly ahead, but don't strain the neck. And as you exhale, bum comes back to the heels. Reaching those hands forward, find your child's pose. Take a minute to catch your breath here. Do whatever you need to do. Grab a water if you need it. And we're going to take the other side when you're ready. When you're ready, coming out of your child's pose. And then finding your way to a forward fold at the top of the mat. It could be a tiptoe, it could be a step, it could be a little whoop, bunny hop if you like. Whatever you'd like to do. Just meet me in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Whenever you're here, take hold of the back of the head with that nice interlace of the hands that we had before. And just let yourself go heavy. Inhale, and as you exhale, just sigh it out. Letting the belly melt down to the thighs, the head come towards the ground. And then releasing the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Let the blood rush back to your body. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Have a little blink for me. I feel a little bit dizzy. Been up and down a little bit. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift for me. Exhale, fold. We're going to come back up to inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Weight comes into the right foot as the left leg lifts and then steps behind you with control, hopefully. Find your warrior position with the feet. So the right leg is bent forward, left leg is straight behind, toes are slightly turned in. Inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, turn the body face side, find your warrior two. Bring the elbows into the waist, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and then float the arms out. Taking a peek over that front middle finger. Reach forward with the right hand, flip the palm, and reverse your warrior. Deep bend in that right knee. Twisting the ribcage up and over, gaze up the sky. Exhale, coming straight through. Right forearm finds the right thigh. Stretching over to find your extended side angle. Again, middle finger right down the heel. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Find as much length through that body as you can. Release your warrior two. And we're going to bring the right hand to the ground this time, looking up with the left to the left, finding that twist. One breath here, deepening that bend to the front knee as much as you can. And engaging through the legs, squeeze, 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 going back to warrior two. On inhale, arms reach forwards. And you can take the back foot in to face forwards, finding that high lunge position. Inhale to find length. And as you exhale, right arm back, left arm forwards, bend into both legs, find that twisted lunge. Take a breath in on your exhale. Maybe the right hand comes to the angle behind, or take the left thigh. Reverse revolve warrior. Parita Virabhadrasana, I think in Sanskrit. And release through the twist. Up to facing forwards. Exhale, hands to ground, step it back. Downward facing dog. Have a little pedal through those legs. And inhale, ripple it forwards. Find your high plank position. Either knees, chest, chin, or you can take your full chaturanga, depending on how you feel. Wherever you are, lowering down, up through cobra, upward facing dog. And turn yourself back and downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forwards, find your high plank position. From here, lower yourself all the way down onto your tummy. And just let the arms come down the side. Melt into the floor for a second. We're going to clasp the hands behind the back. Have your head facing forwards, chin on the ground. And on an inhale, we're going to push the clasped hands away, lift the chest and the head, and the feet and the calves, thighs if you can. Now inhale, we're lifting up, finding your locust, squeeze those legs together. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And exhale, release it down. Whew. We'll say one more. So take the clasp the funny way. That was the way that just feels a bit weird when you do it. And we're going to take it again. So we're going to inhale, pushing up, lifting that head, lifting the chest, and pushing those hands away. Exhale, release. Bring the hands up under the shoulders. And windscreen wipe the legs side to side. And then when you're ready, roll yourself over onto your back. And bring the knees into the chest. So really lift them up and see if you can replace the whole lower back flush against the mat. And then have a little gentle rock side to side. Releasing, winding down. And take those legs in a nice circular motion. Do say 3 one way, and then 3 the other way. Really nice massage for the lower back here. Take them in and out a couple of times. And then any final movement you need. So some people like a happy baby to end their practice, which is you can hold the feet, bringing the knees in towards the armpits. If that feels good for you. It's not great for everyone's hips. I didn't like it for a really long time. So if not, you can just keep the knees into the chest or nice and wide. It's quite nice. Have a little wiggle around. And then taking those legs nice and long on the mat. Letting the arms just drop out towards the side. Take a big inhale. Sigh it all out. And just close down the eyes and let yourself go into your Shavasana. When you're ready, just start to bring your awareness back to the body. Maybe wiggle the toes, the fingers. Have a little stretch, just like we did at the start, however feels nice. Wriggling around. Oh dear. And then make your way super lazily to come to a comfortable seat. Now bring the hands to heart center in prayer. Keep the eyes closed. And then when you're ready, bowing the head, let the thumbs find the space between the eyebrows. Take a breath here. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you all next week. And yeah, if there's any feedback or comments or things you'd like to see or me to do, just pop it in the box and I will do my best to incorporate them. Thank you very much.